In just a short time, Pope Leo XIV has touched the hearts of millions around the world. He has not done this through flashy performances or dramatic gestures. He has done it through authenticity, through quiet strength, deep faith, and moments that remind us what it means to be fully human and fully faithful. Today, we're going to journey through some of the most unreal, unforgettable, and deeply moving moments from Pope Leo XIV's time as Pope so far. These are moments caught on camera that speak louder than any speech, that reach deeper than any headline. They show us not just who Pope Leo is, but what the Church is being called back to. One of the first unforgettable moments was when Pope Leo addressed a massive crowd of the faithful with words of encouragement. The setting was simple. The air was still. But the atmosphere was electric. As he spoke, there was no shouting, no fire in his tone, only calm, clarity, and conviction. And yet those listening could not help but feel shaken. Here was a pope who did not need to raise his voice to raise the spirit. He spoke like a father, not a politician. His words were not crafted to win approval, but to invite reflection. In a world full of noise, that kind of voice is revolutionary. Then came a lighter, more surprising moment when Senator J.D. Vance gifted Pope Leo a Chicago Bears football jersey. It was a gesture that combined respect with playfulness. Pope Leo's smile said it all. He held the jersey with a kind of childlike joy. And when the senator tried to explain the autograph situation, the Pope just laughed. It was one of those rare moments where the holy and the humorous meet. It reminded everyone watching that holiness doesn't mean being serious all the time. Joy is part of faith. And Pope Leo, in that brief exchange, brought joy to millions watching from around the globe. One of the most heartwarming moments came when Pope Leo joined a small band to sing Feliz Navidad. Cameras captured the moment as he sang along, not with polished skill, but with genuine delight. There was laughter, music, and smiles all around. People clapped and cheered. But more than that, they connected. They saw a man who wasn't trying to impress anyone. He was simply present, enjoying the company of others and sharing in the joy of the season. That's what makes it powerful. It wasn't staged. It wasn't planned. It was real. And in today's world, real is rare. Then there was his meeting with tennis star Jannik Sinner, the world #1. Pope Leo has always been open about his love for tennis. So when he met Jannik, it was more than just a photo opportunity. It was a true moment of excitement and appreciation. Their exchange was respectful, warm, and human. Again, it was clear that Pope Leo is not about status or titles. He meets everyone, celebrities, children, politicians, the poor, with the same humble joy. His eyes light up not because someone is important by the world's standards, but because every person matters. In another moving clip, the camera captured Pope Leo's pure joy at seeing the faithful gathered around him. His smile was wide, his hands stretched out to bless. There was no barrier between him and the people. He wasn't being protected behind glass. He was there among them. He moved slowly, carefully, making sure not to miss anyone. Kind of. Attentiveness is rare in leadership today. It shows that he doesn't see his role as one of authority, but of service. He is there for the people, and the people know it. There was also a hilarious moment with a reporter that made everyone laugh. During an address, Pope Leo began by thanking everyone for their warm welcome, and he added with a grin, "They say when they clap at the beginning it doesn't mean much. If you're still awake and still clapping at the end, that's when it really counts." The room burst into laughter. And again, it wasn't a performance. It was a moment of human connection. Pope Leo has the kind of humor that doesn't distract from his message, but makes it more accessible. It reminds us that faith doesn't have to be cold or rigid. It can be warm, joyful, and full of life. And who could forget his sweetest moments with children? Whether he's kneeling to bless a baby, listening to a child's story, or simply offering a gentle smile, Pope Leo's interactions with kids are some of the most moving. He takes his time, doesn't rush, and the children sense it. Lean in, they smile back, they feel safe. That kind of presence, especially in today's fast, distracted world, is powerful. It's not just about being kind, it's about being fully present. And Pope Leo shows us that presence is one of The greatest gifts we can give, perhaps one of the funniest moments caught on camera, was when Pope Leo greeted some reporters and recognized them immediately. With a grin, he said, "ABC Newser, the guys who tracked down my brothers. They've been on TV more than me." The journalists laughed, surprised by how aware and sharp the Pope was. But beyond the humor, it revealed something deeper. Pope Leo is paying attention. He's watching. He's listening. He sees what's going on in the world not from a place of judgment, but from a place of understanding. He is informed, but not cynical. He's grounded, but not distant. And then there was the now iconic clip of him making a perfect catch. It might seem like a small thing, but the reaction said it all. People erupted in applause. They weren't just celebrating his coordination. They were celebrating the joy of seeing a spiritual leader who is relatable, who shares a laugh, who can be both strong and light-hearted. In a time when many people feel distant from religious leaders, Pope Leo brings them close. Not just with theology, but with touch, with laughter, with humanity. One surprising detail many don't know is that Pope Leo's a big fan of the Chicago White Sox. There's even footage of him wearing the team's hat and attending a game years ago. It's these simple moments watching baseball, cheering with the crowd that reveal how deeply human he is. He doesn't pretend to live above the world. He lives within it. He finds God not just in the chapel, but in the stands, in the music, and the laughter of friends. And that's a lesson for all of us. Holiness isn't about escaping the world. It's about bringing God into every part of it. But beyond all the laughter and music, beyond the sports and jokes, there is something much deeper happening. Pope Leo XIV is not just charming. He's leading with a spiritual seriousness that the Church needs right now. In a time of division, confusion, and spiritual exhaustion, he is offering not easy answers, but faithful presence. He's not afraid to make bold decisions, and he does so with honesty. He speaks plainly, but never without kindness. He challenges us, but never to shame us, invites us not with guilt, but with hope. We are watching a pope who is not interested in applause. He's interested in faithfulness. That faithfulness has begun to move something deep within the Church. He walks with people. He listens. He prays. And he keeps reminding us through word and example that holiness is not about being perfect. It's about being present. It's about choosing love, choosing truth, choosing to show up day after day, even when it's hard. When Pope Leo blesses a child, it's not a photo op. It's a real encounter. When he greets a nun with a warm smile, it's not a performance. It's real reverence. And when he speaks about reform or addresses a difficult issue in the Church, it's not about blame. It's about healing. He is a pope who is not ignoring the pain of the Church. He is carrying it with us, and that makes all the difference. We live in a time when many have grown tired. Scandals have shaken trust. Divisions have wounded community. But Pope Leo doesn't shy away from this. He steps right into it, not with fear, but with faith. And he invites us to do the same. He reminds us that the Church will not be renewed by better marketing or bigger crowds. It will be renewed by deeper prayer, greater sacrifice, and more faithful love. We've seen popes before. We've loved many. But something about Pope Leo feels different. He's not trying to be someone else. He's not copying past leaders or chasing popularity. He's simply being who God called him to be. And that authenticity is healing. It reminds us that being Catholic is not about political sides or cultural identity. It's about following Christ all the way to the cross, all the way to resurrection. He shows us that leadership doesn't mean control. It means service. It means washing feet, listening to the forgotten, standing in the middle of the mess, and saying, "We're not alone." The truth is, we don't yet know what history will say about Pope Leo XIV. We don't know the challenges ahead or the decisions he'll face. But we do know this: we have a pope who prays, a pope who listens, a pope who walks not above us, but beside us. And that is something to be deeply grateful for. He's not asking us to be perfect. He's asking us to be willing to forgive, willing to serve, willing to hope again. And maybe, if we accept that invitation, this time in Church history won't just be a moment. It'll be the start of a movement a movement of grace, a movement of trust, a movement